Hello YouTube, this is Example and I am in a different place right now. Now what's happened is my PC has blown up and because it was something that I bought over the internet, I have to send it back to get it repaired. Unfortunately for me, that means I'm going to be without my PC and without those awesome graphics which I've had before, and it's raining, it's thunder and lightning. So what I'm doing in the meantime is I'm starting up something which I feel is going to be awesome for me to do, and that is I'm going to do a battle castle series, and in that I'm going to be building castles. So here's one I've started. Yo, there it is. I need to adjust some things on it, but basically I'm just going to just start working on this thing, and right here we can't have any openings down so low because it's very easy for people to get in. Now one disadvantage I have with using this computer is that it's using the Intel 4000 chipset for the graphics, and they are useless for playing Minecraft, let me tell you that. So don't even bother buying one. Just check it first, because you've got to turn all the fancy stuff off. And probably even particles, so every now and then this computer is going to lock up, and that's nothing I can do. When it locks up, and I can't move the mouse, I can't click on anything, it may stop recording, I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, unfortunately this is what I am I'm forced to use. Losing some words there. So this castle, I'm going to start off building it, well, I've built the site already, I've laid it out, but I'm just going to basically just build castles, and this is the first of many, and I'm hoping to sort of progress in my style and, you know, building style, and also, you know, hopefully entertain you guys somehow, in some way. And if I stand back here, the rain's not so loud. Unfortunately, I can't hear my microphone through these headphones because of the way this Mac's set up, and it's kind of really annoying. But I reckon this looks awesome. So here we have it. This is the outline, and I'm going to try and build this in a way which looks like it's had a hard life, because castles do. And so this can be some sort of like trebuchet, you know, damage which has been, you know, repaired. Or whatnot. So yeah, pretty cool. So I'm going to keep building this castle, and I'm not sure how this series is going to work yet, because I haven't done anything like this before. This is basically building in creative, and also really don't know how this castle is going to look, or you know, really what I'm going to talk about. But the first thing really is my PC. I mean, come on, brand new PC. You know, had it running less than 6 months, and already it's blowing a gasket. And what I suspect has happened is that the power supply is blowing. And when I talked to the guy, I said to him, the power supply you've put in this machine isn't powerful enough for this this graphics card. And sure enough, I reckon the graphics card overtaxed the power supply, and it's just blown up. Now you know what? I can actually get rid of this. So let's hopefully get this right. Toggle down for, yeah. Because I'm a creative, I can do that sort of thing, right? So let's see if we can get rid of this noise, because I can't really hear a thing with these headphones on. Okay, so here we go, and we're just going to keep building these, building the outside of this castle up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to you know, show you the whole thing, or you know what I'm going to do. I don't really know. So the first couple of these series might be a bit derpy, or you know, might take a bit of a long time for me to get going. But all I'm really doing is just repeating patterns here, and I haven't really done any work in filling out floors. So yeah, I had these windows a bit taller than they are, but when I looked at it, they were a bit too large for the size of this castle. And so I've decided to make them a bit smaller. So I need to make the other ones around here, I believe. Yeah, well, then again, I'm not sure. I think the top ones might be alright, being a bit larger. But the ones down here definitely. And I had some down here like before, as you saw, and I've just taken them out. Because if you imagine you're that, you know, you're the enemy, that guy over there, and you come here to storm this castle. Get out of the way, boy. And you come up here and there's a window, like right here. Right there. You'd climb through it. So we don't want the windows so low. Otherwise this castle is already compromised. Now the other thing which, you know, I find interesting about these old castles and the way things were done back in the day was a lot of them were built on things like chalk, or, you know, just crazy material. And what have I done wrong here? I've kind of got my windows all out of whack here somehow. Right. Oh yeah. Okay. Because I have taken out. So now I've got to have 3 blocks up. I've been going 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So that, you know, they built them on chalk, and really, you know, chalk. Think about that. How soft that stuff is, and how easy it would be to sort of undermine, or, you know, or break down. You could use a spoon or something, you know, to get into the castles by, you know, by building on chalk. So you kind of got to think sometimes these guys are a bit silly. But the whole idea about a castle is to slow down. It was basically to have a stronghold to slow down the enemy from taking land which you have taken off them, basically. So it kind of slows the takeover of the land down by building a fort, let's say, an impenetrable fort. What am I talking about? So that people can't get in so easily, and so you can stay in the land longer. But what I found is that they're actually not necessarily that strong. Some of them built really thick walls, and so you know, we're talking a few meters thick. But in Minecraft, we can only use really 1 or 2 meters, because if we build to scale, which this one is, what we find is that if we try and build these walls any thicker, there'd be nowhere to stand inside. So this particular castle, I believe, was actually quite not very strong, in the sense that it was really thick, but its position was as such that it was hard to get into. However, I am just trying to work out. Really, guys, I mean, come on. Quiet. That guy, what's he? His shovel. He's holding his shovel. So I'm just really trying to work out, you know, some kind of style, and I want to try and get these sorts of things right. So, for example, the sun rises from this side here, so you'd expect pretty much a lot of blocks on this side to have moss growing on them. So I'm just going to try my best to portray, you know, real life buildings, real life castles. So what have I done wrong here? Okay, I haven't done anything wrong here. The windows don't line up because they don't. Yeah, so I'm trying to make it as if, you know, they've been here for a while and they've had some action. Yeah. What am I? I'm just blabbering. But I'm not sure how many episodes I'm going to do. It's probably going to take a few. It takes a little while to build these castles up, and I'm not using any, you know, cheats like World Edit or anything like that. I'm just going to do it just standard creative mode, and just sort of blab about stuff. So yeah, I think that, you know, I often think about what would I be up to if I was in the day caught up in these sieges, and, you know, in that time period. I kind of always used to think, well, what would I be, what would my role be? And I think that I'd be some kind of silly weapons inventor. I'd be, yeah, I really do think that I would be trying to come up with ways to you know, thwart the enemy, to crush them, kill them in fun and exciting ways. It kind of sounds a bit crazy, but, you know, I often think about Leonardo Leonardo da Vinci, and you know what some of the things he came up with were actually based on more you know, different ways to maim the enemy, or to yeah, he actually did. And so I often think that I'd probably be someone like him. Now I wouldn't necessarily have the same kind of brain as him, but I'll definitely be coming up with crazy things to stop the enemy from getting into castles, and you know, I'd be that kind of person, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would be. So yeah, I like the idea that really you're fighting by building, and your building sort of enhances your fighting, and I think that pretty much sort of really does sort of fit with Minecraft. I think Minecraft is really lends itself to castles, and you know, do I need to do that right now? So is it that one or the middle one? That's the middle one. Really lends itself to castle building and that kind of, you know, that kind of thing, because we're kind of in the age where, you know, we're not using industrial craft or any of those sort of mods or anything like that. We're sort of still in the Stone Age, you know, Iron Age and that sort of thing, and it's kind of lends itself to this sort of stuff. Building. That's what we're doing with building. And I think that's probably where I think a lot of people sort of might get a little bit lost with what Minecraft's all about. So yeah, it's about survival, but it's also about trying to make your survival a little bit more easier, so you can go and do things like building massive castles, or you know, massive bases and things like that. If you don't have things set up right in a way that allows you to collect resources really quickly, then you're going to be stuck doing the same thing, like killing cows and running around chopping trees. But once you've set up a few things to help you, like mob farms and you know, just farms in general, then you know, you'll be just spending all your time trying to keep yourself alive, where you could be spending time building or exploring, or you know, doing both, making use of redstone and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, for now, all I'm trying to do is try and work on this idea. Now I'm really just jumping into it. I haven't really thought too much about what I'm going to do or what I'm going to talk about, really. I just want to build. You know, and this is the kind of place where I want to get to when I'm in survival. I want to be able to get into a place where I've got enough resources that I can just go somewhere and just build. Check out the slime. Just build a castle in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, you can't do that if you don't spend time building farms and automated systems. Yeah, you'd just be spending all your time running about like a native. So, yeah, I've got some floors marked out here, and I was trying to work out what's the best way to make these little slits in here to fire the arrows through. Now, I've used steer, because if I use a solid block, you don't quite get the same kind of angle coming down, but you can catch the edge of that block like that. See, so you don't really have a lot of room. And I wanted to make the slits too high, like up the top here. Oops, because you get a better sort of range, or you know, view. You can kind of step in here a little bit and really like point down. So what I've decided to do is leave the top ones open, so that you know, you can get this. Why can't I hit that guy? I can't see where it's going. Oh, he's just spawned anyway. You can't really do this down below, because what you get is people from down there will be able to actually snipe you. So, and also the kind of, I guess the what do you call that? The This is what's so hard about talking on the fly, is you can't find the words sometimes. The kind of scale of this building sort of dictates the windows need to be smaller and even narrower, but I can't make them narrower, so I've made them smaller, and I really like that. I really like this sort of scale we've got here. And so some of the stuff will sort of continue through to other builds. So I'm kind of working out, I'm trying to work out scales, and I can't. So the reason the I'm using a Mac, and I'm using the you know, touchpad to place blocks, but if you get it wrong, you break more blocks in your place. I should really put a mouse on this thing. What was I saying? What was I saying? You're probably thinking, I know what you're saying, but I can't remember. So I'm going to move on. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. So I'm breaking blocks. It's so difficult with this trackpad. Okay, so we need stairs here and here. I just love these stairs. I think these stairs are great, but I would like to request another block. And the block I would like to request would be something that is like a stair, except that, oh, come on, except that let's just put one down. So if you're looking at a stair, what I would like is, if you watch my cursor, is to have a sort of smooth edge block which goes up like this. So instead of a stair, it works like a wedge, or like a from there to there sort of thing, like a 45 or something like that. And then we'd be able to build like sloping embankments. So instead of like trying to do it with stairs, say like, you know, like this, it'd be something that you couldn't climb, but it would be like a smooth sort of edged brick. And I think that would be kind of pretty cool for, you know, building castles and things like that. So then you could build ramparts that, you know, no one can climb up. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to be climbable blocks, let's put it that way. So if you ended up on them, you'd slide down. I think that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool for castle building and fort building. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of you will be really good at building castles and things. You've probably been doing this for years. Like, I'm really new to this sort of thing, and I really like the idea of castles in Minecraft. So I'm trying to do my own, and I'm not copying anyone. I'm just thinking about this logically, how a castle would be, what would be in it, you know, what would the defenses be for. And at the moment we're just building the really the keep, and this is sort of the well, I suppose it's not really a keep, this is kind of the inner castle, and this is where everybody would be falling back to, or, you know, sitting in, and if the outside defenses fall. And yeah, so I need to think about, you know, the sort of walls around here, and I've picked this, you know, I've chosen this location because it's got some high, you know, steep climbs and things like that. You got a, you know, water landing here, not that it's really a sea landing, it's more like a swamp landing, but I was really hoping there'd be a witch hut in here, but there isn't one. Yeah, you know, sort of chosen this particular hill for a reason, and so we're going to make like you know, walls around here too. So there's going to be nice high walls and a few moats and things like that. And we're also going to have some kind of aqueduct. You know, I'm going to do this properly. So we might have like a lake. We might sort of build like a little lake thing here, which sort of feeds water through an aqueduct inside the building. Yeah, you know, the things that make common sense. Gonna bring animals in here, have animals for food. Might put some villagers in here to run around, you know, to be the peasants. Oh, I don't know. So I don't know exactly what sort of shape this thing's going to take, this sort of episode, really. But I'm really open to comments. So, you know, if you want to see things in here, leave comments, please, because I'm quite happy to do things based on suggestions to sort of you know, make things better, or maybe I've forgotten something, like like the poop deck or something, you know, something silly or something serious. Whatever. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're just sort of, I'm trying to distress this building every now and then too. So we're choosing different kind of bricks every now and then to spice it up. What I'm going to do also, I think, is after every castle I will make this a world download, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep actually building castles in the same world. So there's going to be castles all over the place, all different kinds of castles, different, you know, different features, different sort of what do you call them, defenses, just so that I'm kind of hoping that one day this could be like some kind of battle map where you know, we've got all these different castles and you can sort of pick some place, you know. So at the moment spawn is, where are we? Spawn is just over there by a desert temple. So this will be the closest castle to spawn, but the idea is that, you know, someone could download this map. What have I done? I'm going to put that in the wrong place. And you're probably thinking, that's in the wrong place. Yeah, so that people might be able to use this as like a battle map with lots of different castles, and you can pick a place you want to live and then go to war. Oh, imagine that. That'd be so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put in here. Should I do some redstone stuff, for example? Should I put in, you know, some TNT cannons? Or would you be happy making them yourselves if you found a castle? You know, that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure how much time I want to spend, you know, on putting cannons or things in. But, you know, we're building a castle, and I think that whoever moves in can always make improvements and put things in themselves, whether it be cannons or, you know, little lava dispensers, tipping lava out on the guys, you know, down below, you know, all that kind of stuff is things that that the person moving into the castle could actually do. However, the whole idea of building a castle is to have it sort of ready to move into, so maybe I could do something like that. These are just thoughts, I'm just putting them out there. This really is just a really talky type buildy thing at the moment, while I kind of find some direction, and maybe you can help me find some direction with these builds. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I want to keep this sort of series up, but it's going to be hard work because it's a lot of building, and it's going to take a few episodes, I think, just to finish one castle, because 1, 2, 3, we are going to do everything, moats, walls, systems, blah blah blah, and get them ready for battle, really. Maybe we can have armories, you know, places where we've stocked up on bows and arrows and things like that. And I've watched a few people play PvP with castles, you know, that sort of stuff, and I really take my hat off to some of those builders. You know, they've done such great jobs. But I want this to be kind of like a, let's get rid of that rain. I kind of really want this to be a vanilla type build, you know, where it's standard Minecraft, you know, no extra crazy features thrown in, which is, you know, mod reliant. It's just a basic vanilla build. And yeah, so I think that I'd like to keep it that way. It's so hard to talk about things while you're doing this sort of thing. Make it interesting, not boring, and say the same thing over and over again, which I tend to do a lot. That's something I observe about myself. Observe. Is that I tend to always talk about the same thing over and over again, just because I don't really know what to talk about. I could talk about the weather, which is still warm, mild, wet, rainy today. 1, 2, 3. But pleasant. So we're still in summer, but heading towards the cooler end of summer, before it turns into winter, which I'm not looking forward to at all. I hate cold weather. I can't get used to this flying thing, especially on this Mac. Okay, here we go. I really can't wait to get to the interior of this this build. At the moment we're just sort of slapping down blocks in the same place, slapping down blocks on the outside, or breaking them as well as placing them, and placing them in the wrong place, not concentrating. Yep. And I really want to get onto some of the detail. Yeah, I like castles. I really like it. I really like them. I haven't been to many. I've been to the palace at in the UK where the Queen hangs out. I've seen a few castles around the landscape area there, but I'm not from the UK as such. But I do have family there, so that's where my ancestors, well, half of them came from. So yeah, kind of got this sort of castle-y type, ancestral type buzz going on, I think. So we're near the top of this side, and how many is that? It's 1, 2, 3. Another stair here. It really is it's just repeating patterns and placing blocks properly. Ah, there we go. This thing is horrible. Now you also get really sore fingers. I think a mouse is a lot easier to do Minecraft with than a trackpad, to be honest, especially when you're using a bow and arrow. You can't seem to track with a trackpad, and it's really hard to turn that feature off. If someone knows how to do that, let me know, because man, I just can't track with a bow and arrow using a Mac trackpad. We go upside down. Oh, look at this. Yes, 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 yes. Let's take a little look. So let's say we are an invading force. We're hanging out with this creeper and these 2 skeletons. Yo, guys! Ooh. Little cave in here. And we just walked off, and we come to the battlefield and we go, what the heck is that? Look at this castle. It's massive. And we're getting rained down upon by arrows. And we're looking at that going, how are we going to get up there? Yes, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I'm liking this. And this is a really good scale too. Really good scale. Unfortunately, with Minecraft, that because the blocks are meter by meter and we're just square, we're in a square world, it's a bit hard to get the internals right most of the time. But I think I've done alright with this one. Okay, upside down. No, knew that was gonna happen. Go. Yes. Win. Win. Upside down for the win. Okay. Yeah, I think I will go for the taller slits at the top. I think that's going to be good. Really gives you more options to hurt the enemy. Okay, let's go down. I missed a few windows down here. And one more here. Good. Now I'm not sure how long I've been going for. I should really start timing these episodes, because I don't want to go really over half an hour. because the videos get too long to watch, and I think you can get bored really easily when a video goes over 30 minutes and you're doing the same thing, which is just placing blocks when you're building things like this. But yeah, I can't wait to get onto some sorry, excuse me. I can't wait to get onto some detail in this build. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting onto the interior, or doing some of the other details around, like, you know, maybe putting a little house in here and a house in there, which is like the armory, or the place where you shoot the horses, you know, the old blacksmith's place, you know, the armory. This is gonna be awesome. Sort of reminds me of Age of Empires. I don't know if any of you played that game, but I used to love playing Age of Empires. Man, that was such an awesome game. You know, you build up an army, and then the old computer would raise an army against you and come in and try to invade your turf, and you'd be building defenses. And yeah, I loved Age of Empires. I didn't really like where it ended up going to, but I liked the earlier ones. Check this out. Some dudes already making use of the high towers here. Hey. Yeah. Oh, he's a goner. Alright, so I'm just going to take a quick break. I'm just going to check the time on the video, and then I will be back into it if we've got some more time. Right. So unfortunately, we are at the end of this episode. I'd really like to keep building and finish this in this episode, but this is really just an introduction to what I'm up to, and I'm really looking forward to doing a lot more of these, but I'll need to work out a way to make them a little bit more faster for your enjoyment. So any sort of advice would be great. I will take that on board. Let me know in the comments, and I will definitely try and do a bunch of those. But for now, I think we're going to leave this one here, and I'm going to keep working and get out another episode ready. For now, I'm going to, well, actually, I'll just finish off this one, this particular part of my towers, and then call it a day. I'm putting blocks in the same place and then taking them down again. Alright, there we go. So let's just take a quick look, and then we will sign off. This is our Hillview Castle, and it's looking pretty sweet. So yeah, this is example, and this is the Battle Castle series, and so please subscribe if you and like this, like the video if you really enjoy watching it, you know, and you really think this is going to be a great episode. Like the videos, subscribe, and comment, leave comments about, you know, the things I've talked about, and we can see if we can make this a great series, and you know, do a whole bunch of really cool things. So I really think this is going to be a great series. So yep, this is example, and I'm out of here, and I'll catch you next time. Later.